change coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability?
Ability!
Or will we continue to live in illusion and get away with the matter of awakening ourselves on the reality and responding to it?
Oh yes, it's another day and another episode of the worst show on the internet. All right. Well, welcome to another episode of DTV, and I'll be your host, F.A. Diesel, and man, oh man, there are some things that are happening today, my friends, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because it helps us in that old algorithm, because, you know, we care so much about that. Also, check out our substack, because there's some juicy motherfucking shit on that shit, motherfucking wow! Anyways, we kind of got to get to business today, because I got to get to some other business today. But hey, we upgraded our internet connection finally, and maybe solved a problem that we've been having for the last couple of months. Because apparently my modem was a crappy one, and now I have a new fast one, and I'm actually able to use my gigabit internet speed. Yee! So we're going to be testing out how high we could go with the YouTube on the stream, you know, trying to get the quality at least a little bit up, a little bit higher, which would be nice. Not like we're streaming anymore or anything, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, guys. It's the thought that counts. So I guess the first thing that I got to bring up that I thought was very, strange is that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been getting swatted. That's right, Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, has been getting swatted. She goes on Tim Pool's show. All of a sudden, she gets swatted, or Tim Pool gets swatted. There's just a whole lot of be swatted going on right now. People just be swatting people like crazy right now, and it ain't cool, man. It's not cool, okay? Now, it's very interesting to me because nobody really, you know, if you didn't know, then you wouldn't know, but there's just been this other thing that's been happening where there's this place on the internet called, I believe it's called Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms, yeah, you guys ever heard of Kiwi Farms? The Kiwi Farms has been having a battle out with someone we've actually, do it. The way that we've actually been doing it lately has been pretty strange, if you ask me, because it kind of seems like there's something going on with it. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with it. You said something's wrong with my mic? What the fuck? Steel Series GG. But anyway, so MTG gets doxxed or whatever, but I don't think people are understanding is that when she first got, like, you know, swatted, the person that swatted her allegedly said that she was from the website kiwifarms.net and then mentioned an actual username, something that I don't think somebody from Kiwi Farms would have ever have done. But there's been this back and forth battle between Kiwi Farms and this internet troll activist named Keffels, who I guess is a trans activist that has been having some beef with Kiwi Farms. So, like, Kiwi Farms has been getting DDoS, and then people have been, like, going back and forth on people. You know, they've been, like, fighting where Keffels has been living based on her bed sheets and shit like that. I mean, it's been crazy. It's just like a 24-hour cycle of this side does this thing, this side does this thing. And what a lot of people don't know is that I feel like this MTG thing is an artifact of what's going on between this, because nobody in their right mind would have said anything about Kiwi Farms and this is where they're from and why they're calling or whatever to SWAT MTG. And the only people that Kiwi Farms publicly right now is beefing with anybody is this Keffels person. And, you know, I would love to, like, show you more about this Keffels person, but they have been blocked on Twitter, so we can't go. But, I mean, here's what they're saying. Primary narrative, dispatch, blah, 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 reference. Due to the nature of the call, after several minutes, we met the door by the victim. We informed her there was reason for us to be there, and she assured us there was no issue. But basically, people were trying to SWAT her. This is like what the cops caught. Basically said there was a reference to a male who had been shot 5 times in a bathtub. And then that's what had gotten the cops to basically go over to MTG's house. So it's like really, really weird when you think about it, because a lot more calls have been coming in and shit's been going out, and it kind of is a little bit strange and crazy if you ask me. So honestly, I don't know what the hell's been going down. I don't know what the hell's been going on, but it's like, whoa. 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 So think about this. It's just like, you know, if you hear about anybody talking about this, and, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene wants Kiwi Farms to be taken down. Kiwi Farms is super pissed that, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene apparently doesn't like them anymore. And now they're starting to find out that it's like computer-generated voices that they're being used to SWAT her. One of the callers definitely sounded like an African-American woman who was working at some kind of suicide center or something. But it's like, it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous if you ask me, actually. So that's one thing in the news that's going to be going on. Another thing that actually happened is that there was some whistleblower allegations that came out on Twitter where their stock fell basically 5% when a whistleblower named Mudge, their ex-security guy, basically said that there was no adequate oversight for employees, senior executives cover on vulnerabilities, execs mislead board and regulators, not reliably deleting user data, and do not have resources to know the true number of bots on the fucking platform. And that's coming from Mudge, he's like a super hacker that was working with, you know, Twitter and shit. Now he's a whistleblower, blowing the whistle on Twitter, and they're having trouble. And do you think that this might have something to do with this whole Elon Musk situation, trying to buy Twitter, but then he's not buying Twitter, but then there's too many bots on Twitter? I mean, it really just kind of seems like it's a little too much, if you ask me. It's a little too much, if you ask me. I don't know. It's a little too much. Let me move the mic down a little bit. There we go. It's a little too much. So, speaking of Elon Musk is now subpoenaing his good buddy, Jack Dorsey. Now Jack Dorsey is getting subpoenaed, and then he's getting brought into the whole, you know, Twitter Elon Musk drama bullshit. So honestly, it's something that we've all realized was going to be happening for a really long time. But I don't think most of us realized that it was going to be happening, like, this fast. And even though it is Elon Musk, I guess this Twitter deal is really going to be going through, and that's even crazier. And I mean, you know, I really hope this Mudge guy is at least, you know, bringing up some pretty big accusations, because, you know, he says that he's not doing this because of the whole Elon Musk thing, but it does very strangely coincide with everything that we've been looking at, I think. So, you know, maybe it's a big oopsie poopsie or whatever, I don't know. Speaking of oopsie poopsies, we have the DUI arrest of Paul Pelosi. Yep, that's what we got right here. Good Paul Pelosi. He is drunk as fuck, man.
Okay. Okay.
He couldn't even stand. Where is he in this fucking show? Oh, he's right
Are
here.
you sick or injured in any way?
He's like over in the side. Hold on, let's see. Where's the video? Where's this fucker at? What the hell, Twitter? There we go.
Alright, I'll go talk to him then.
Why
The
does
little
their video
card
player
that
suck ass? I don't even see the...
started at around...
Where's Paul Pelosi? Where's his ass? He was like at the front of... He was at the beginning of this video, and now he's not on here. This is very strange to me. What is going on? Where's he at? He was supposed to be in the video stumbling, but I don't see him anywhere. What the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck is happening? Very, very strange. Yeah, very, very strange. Aw, she's protesting Twitter because she's protesting Twitter. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Twitter put me in the permanent Twitter jail, too. Fuck the police. Anyways, Congress implies UFOs have non-human origins, guys. Do you hear that? UFOs have non-human origins. Oh, really? Unidentified flying objects and things that have been colloquially connected to, you know, like UFOs and shit, you know, like the thing that everybody colloquially is basically decided that is extraterrestrial shit for like years and years and years and years and years. But now Congress is finally admitting it. Okay, cool. So, okay, guys, we're kind of putting it out there that UFOs may not have human origins, but we don't want to put it out there that, like, UFOs are real and shit, okay? You know, we don't want to say that they're drones, because, you know, then we're going to have to say that there are drones, or they're this person's drones. But right now, I don't know. Yeah, dude, I don't know. And I don't know if I know who your wife is. Who's your wife? Is she hot? I'm sorry if I got her pregnant, though, dude, but they call me Mr. Steers your girl for a reason, son. But yeah, maybe it's just monkeys and shit. But, you know, just putting that out there, NPR wanted you to know that UFOs may have non-human origins. In case you didn't fucking know, well, guess what? Now you know. Oh, yeah, here's another article for Vice. People are demanding that Cloudflare drop kiwi farms. The attacks on streamer Keffels have renewed the pressure on the internet infrastructure company to stop the service to the forum. So far, Cloudflare hasn't done shit. But then again, you know, it is Keffels, so they're probably not going to be shit. Probably not going to do shit. But yeah, it must be really bad when a Canadian Twitch streamer has to leave, you know, Europe for another country or some shit, because they decided to pick a fight with Kiwi Farms. And they, lose it! But as of this particular time, yeah, I guess Keffels is protesting Cloudflare and protesting all this other shit. And, you know, most people are just kind of like, you know, I'm protesting Keffels and the fact that, you know, like, I hope they go away, but whatever. It's whatever. In other news, apparently the road to the I-10, the goddamn freeway into California, eastbound, or the out of California eastbound, has been washed the fuck out, which is kind of crazy, if you ask me. There was, like, flooding, and they're telling people to take alternate routes and detours and shit. But yeah, like, literally, somebody needs to call Pete Buttigieg and be all like, yo, Pete Buttigieg, you're the guy that's supposed to be in charge of all this shit, right? What the fuck happened here? Why is this a thing? This shouldn't be a thing. This should have never actually had happened now. So, yeah. But hey, man, good job on all those electric cars and bullshit. You know, maybe you should just be focusing on making sure the road doesn't get washed out. But, you know, it's only the Interstate 10. It's only Interstate 10 out of California. Yeah, you gotta just take some other state roads to get around. No big fucking deal. Jesus Christ. Christ almighty. What's this?
Mr. President, is this unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses if they want these guys to give them all a tax breaks? Is that fair? What do you think?
What about people who paid their loans, though? pay their loans and now others don't have to.
Yeah. So Joe Biden's still kind of like, fuck you and shit. And you know what? By the way, I just would like to inform you that if you did get some student loans forgiven, since I've actually experienced this before in my life, taxes on that can be a bitch because it's considered, if it's forgiven, it's considered taxable income. And when you think about it, 90% of the people that make $125,000 or less are going to be the ones that are going to be paying some pretty fat taxes on this. Then it kind of puts into perspective what we're seeing with the whole 87,000 IRS agents, because they're going to be going after people to recoup their investments. Mm-hmm.
Again, here's what we have done. Here's
You're
what
talking
here's
a lot about how much it might cost, it might not cost. Who is paying for this?
what we are saying is the work that this administration has done, the work that the Democrats in Congress has done, is actually there, and you see that the 1.7 trillion deficit deduction that you see is going to benefit us in being able to do something for the middle class, to do something for the middle class.
But when you
This
forgive-
is about doing something for people who make less than $125,000.
But-
$1.7 trillion. That's what we've been able to do.
But when you forgive debt, you're not just disappearing debt. So
But-
who is paying for
But-
this?
And then I'll give you the second part. We lifted the pause, right? We're going to lift the pause at the end of this year, which is going to matter, right? Which is going to offset a lot of what we're doing as well. When you think about the $4 billion that's going to go back into as revenue back into this process of folks paying right their college tuition, that matters as well. So we are doing this in a smart way. We're doing this in a way that's going to be effective. We're doing in this a way that keeps to the president's promise on giving people who need some breathing room, who need some breathing room. I just laid out for you. No, Peter, I just laid out for you how we're seeing this process and why this matters. Again, I just laid out. I just laid out because of the work that we have done in the economy, because of the American Rescue Plan, because of the Inflation Reduction Act, and because all of this work that this president has done has brought down our deficit by $1.7 trillion, unlike what Republicans did when they added to our deficit $2 trillion. And
How are they taking all this money off the deficit where we're like getting all this inflation shit? God, I can't listen to Carrot Top over here anymore, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call her nowadays. But goddamn, just send off my nerves too, there, zombie president. And honestly, like, what? Yeah. So student loans are getting forgiven, but you know, all you people that got it forgiven, you're gonna learn the hard way. You're gonna learn the same way that I did, is that they're still gonna make you pay taxes on that entire amount, you stupid bitch. And I don't mean to call you that, but, you know, somebody's got to fucking do it. Shia LaBeouf has converted to Catholicism, and all Catholics across the world have rejoiced because now we got Transformers on our side, bitches! Got fucking Shia LaBeouf, dude. Fucking A. Fucking A. But yeah, he's apparently converted to Christianity during his shoot for an upcoming film and became a member of the Roman Catholic Church, baptized and everything, reborn again as a pious Catholic, much like your boy DeFago. But remember, I'm only a Catholic because my parents made me be a Catholic, and it's not like you can get out of that shit. You can't just decide that all of a sudden you're not going to hell or heaven or whatever. I feel like you're kind of stuck in it for life, so, you know, expand your horizons and shit, but remember where you fucking live, motherfucker, okay? Mm-hmm. And I heard Justin Bieber actually did the same kind of thing, but I feel like it's good for people like this because it helps get you grounded and bring you back to, I don't know, God or something like that. Because if you keep running around aimlessly, beating people up, doing stupid shit, great shit, work really never works out for you. And even with me, you know, whenever I'm falling upon hard times, I always go to church or whatever and be all like, God damn it, what the fuck? What is going on? So just think about it there. Yeah. Keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about that for at least a little bit more. I don't know. It's cool. I just figured I would say something because, you know, it's like a shit, dude. Last time we heard about this motherfucker, he was like crying and shit. Now he's found God. Found my boy Jesus. Jesus is a good man. He's a good man. He's a good man. Unlike this fuck.
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar?
I don't even know why I had this article up, but Zero Hedge got suspended again by Twitter for reporting facts, and I'm supposed to be all like, oh, how sad, the guy that's an anthropomorphization of some fucking book, some dude in a book. Oh. Alright, we already did the stuff on swatting. See, I have this. Oh, fuck, this is the big one right here. Breaking, Stephen Hoffenberg, who worked with Jeffrey Epstein and was behind one of the largest Ponzi schemes ever, found dead in his Connecticut apartment, rotting and decomposing, and they couldn't even identify his motherfucking body. But yeah, this guy, one of the biggest Ponzi scheme putters, you know, just somebody else against, you know, somebody else that's in the orbit of Mr. Jeffrey Epstein and all those people that didn't go to the jails for, you know, hanging out on his little pedo island and shit. He was just found dead. And they said that he was probably dead for a little while. They just said the body was in a state that visual identification could not be made. And that's just a nice way of saying that shit was fucked up. That was like, he was like dead, leaking everywhere. There's just like, there was a person here. I could see legs. You know, I could discern there are some legs and stuff here. You know, I'm sure we could put at least one person together from all of this. But kind of crazy. The initial exam says that there was no trauma that led to the cause of death, but a toxicology report is still being done and made. It's just that apparently he died and was just sitting decomposing in his chair or some shit. They're trying to get his teeth so they can use them for dental records to see if they can identify it to him. But I mean, think about this, dude. Think about this, dude. Crazy. So, I don't know what happened to him, but I'm just saying that's just another person around Jeffrey Epstein that died, and nobody's fucking talking about it, okay? Nobody's talking about it. Oh, yeah. Judges ordered the release of a redacted Mar-a-Lago search warrant by Friday afternoon, bitches. So we're about to not read what the fuck went down. Aren't you motherfuckers happy about that shit? I'm kind of happy about it a little bit. But good news. We're probably going to be able to read some words behind some redacted lines in another couple of days. But of course, they've decided to redact the whole... We're going to redact it, so we're just going to have to see Fridays when Judge Bruce Reinhardt gets us to see what the hell has been happening. So we're all just going to have to read between the lines, and I'm sure all these words are going to be covered up perfectly to make it seem like Donald Trump did something bad, but in actuality it says the opposite. But who knows? Not me. It's not like I can see into the future or anything like that. Whatever. Woo! Count up, 2 Floridians have pled guilty to stealing Joe Biden's daughter's diary. Excuse me? Say what? Prosecutors said that right-wing media group Project Veritas asked Amy Harris and Robert Kirtlander to steal more of Ashley Biden's property after buying the diary? What? But wait, it says 2 Floridians pleaded guilty in this other district of New York to transporting the diary they stole from President Joe Biden's daughter. Excuse me, Rolling Stone. Transportation is not theft. Now, if they were transporting stolen property, that's one thing. But then again, what the fuck? How did they not get caught guilty for actually stealing the diary? They only got guilty for transporting the diary? That kind of seems like they almost didn't steal it or something like that. It's almost like they just took it and then they transported it. Well, the story in here is even crazier because apparently they're saying that this person stayed in an Airbnb, and apparently that's where Ashley Biden was staying, and that's how the whole thing got picked up in the first place, yada, yada, yada. But now we know that this whole entire story was indeed a true one. So that diary that they were saying was Russian disinformation that talks about Joe Biden taking showers with his very young daughter and saying it was her saying it was inappropriate, thinking that she was molested, is actually 100% fact, bitch. That shit is fact. It's a fact, Jack. Holy shit, man. Holy fuck, man. Well, if Trump's got a motherfucking time machine, he's gonna let me borrow that shit. God damn. But yes, Harris stole the diary while temporarily residing in a home of a mutual friend and allowed him to Biden, who had written details about her personal life and treatment and recovery from addiction, to store it in property. Some items stored in the home including tax records, digital storage cards containing family photographs, and a cell phone. Very weird that they said that it's just written details about her personal life, testimony, and recovery from addiction, because remember, the National File was the one that released that to the public, and we all read what the pages said, and the real juicy ones don't seem to be listed anywhere in this Rolling Stone article whatsoever. Like, yo, Rolling Stone, you left out the fucking juiciest part of the whole entire thing that says that the goddamn president's a pedophile. What the fuck? Holy shit. So, yeah, it's been confirmed that, I guess Joe Biden and Ashley Biden had a little bit of intimate relationship, I guess is what you're going to say, which makes Mr. Joe Biden, indeed, what everybody's been saying that he is for a very, very long time when he's sniffing kids and shit like that, is that, well, according to his daughter, Joe Biden's a fucking pedophile. Holy shit! So, yeah, if Joe Biden ever asks you to take a shower, or asks your kids to take a shower, or hell, even asks your kids to sleep over, you say, no. Fuck no. Hell no. No way. No way. But, yeah, those are the two, again, so that you can see them. And, honestly, they're both from Palm Beach, Florida. They're the ones that they thought were going to make a ton of money, and they ended up just pleading guilty, and they might actually go to jail for a little bit. How sad. How sad. FBI whistleblower claims bureau leaders ordered staff not to investigate Hunter Biden's laptop and told them that the FBI is not going to change the outcome of the election again. Again? They did it before? The fuck? But yeah, as you can see in clown world that we live in, the FBI is back up to no good. Because remember, they didn't want to investigate Hunter Biden's laptop. They didn't want to take a look at that shit whatsoever. They didn't care about that. They're like, nope. We ain't investigating that. We ain't trying to get ourselves Trump again. Because if we put out the Hunter Biden laptop and the Ashley Biden diary, Joe Biden is fucking unelectable. Can you believe that they did this to us, dude? They really did. And then think about this. If you want to hear more about that whole Hunter Biden laptop story, Mark Zuckerberg telling Joe Rogan that Facebook algorithmically censored the Hunter Biden laptop story for 7 days based on a general request from the FBI to restrict election misinformation. Even though, as we know, it's a fact, Jack.
How do you guys handle things when they're a big news item that's controversial? Like, there was a lot of attention on Twitter during the election because of the Hunter Biden laptop story. The New York Post.
Yeah, we have that too.
Yeah, so you guys censored that as well?
So we took a different path than Twitter. Basically the background here is the FBI, I think, basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. We thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. So our protocol is different from Twitter's. What Twitter did is they said you can't share this at all. We didn't do that. What we do is we have, if something is reported to us as potentially misinformation, important misinformation, we also have this third-party fact-checking program because we don't want to be deciding what's true and false. And for I think it was 5 or 7 days when it was basically being determined whether it was false, the distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.
So when you say the distribution is decreased,
it got shared.
How does that work?
It basically, the ranking in newsfeed was a little bit less. So fewer people saw it than would have otherwise. So it definitely...
By what percentage?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's meaningful. But basically, a lot of people were still able to share it. We got a lot of complaints that was the case. Obviously this is a hyper political issue, so depending on what side of the political spectrum, you either think we didn't censor it enough or censored it way too much. But we weren't sort of as black and white about it as Twitter. We just kind of thought, hey, look, if the FBI, which I still view as a legitimate institution in this country, it's like very professional law enforcement, if they come to us and tell us that we need to be on guard about something, then I want to take that seriously.
Did they specifically say you need to be on guard about that story?
No, I don't remember if it was that.
No, I don't remember if it was. Wow, that's big tech. Right from their mouths, telling you that they were manipulating election misinformation. That turned out not to be misinformation, but true. Damn, son. These are the people that rule us now. They run the world. It's really shitty, man. It doesn't matter how many whistleblowers, Facebook people, whoever, whatever comes out nowadays. If YouTube, Twitter, whoever doesn't want it, then they ain't gonna have it. And if they want it, they're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it. Oh, I'm not on loads of TikTok. And it's kind of like Twitter declining to remove a sex video exploiting minors, according to a lawsuit, which is the same one that we were talking about, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, a year ago. It was a big deal, information. People were talking all about it. The whole trafficking hub lady was on the show. Remember all that shit? Well, now they're talking about it again because, Twitter is in the same boat, but in a different way. Twitter has no problem getting rid of stuff that they don't like, but, sex videos, they got minors in them. We ain't worried about that shit, dog. We ain't worried about that shit, dog. And Richie McGinnis says, I was in Kenosha 2 years ago. Kyle Rittenhouse is not a hero! Yeah. The libs are freaking out about the, anniversary of Kenosha when Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself in a crowd of angry mobs that were burning down buildings and shit. Remember that shit? Yeah. Richie McGinnis testified in the trial. You remember that shit? Fuck you, Richie McGinnis. You a bitch, dog. But we'll remember that. I'm gonna remember that, son. I'm gonna remember that. Now, obviously, I would love to stay with you guys and chat for a lot more time, but I actually have to go drive so I can get to my job. I'm doing late night jobs this week and early morning jobs this week. Although this was pretty easy, I just have to, drive around a scissor lift and, take some APs off of the roof and replace them with some other ones. It's just that I can only do it at night because, the store's got to be closed. So, this is where I leave you today, here in the groomerverse that we all now live in. Think about it, there's some weird shit going on today, and now you understand why so many people are pushing for maps and shit like that. Because, well, El Presidente seems to be in that category. I guess that's why it's all about acceptance and shit, right? So accept the fact that you gotta hit the like button, you gotta hit the subscribe button, you gotta share this with your friends, because if not, this shit ain't going nowhere. And then, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. I mean, it's not gonna be good, man. So, just let me, hit us up. consider donating. Oh, and oh shit! Before I go, actually. God damn it! There it is. Did you guys see this? I guess before I go, I should say something about this. I have enough time. Did do another big release over there on our newsletter on Substack about the whole WikiLeaks Vault 70 leaks. I recommend that you go check it out because it's the one where Thomas Schoenberger says before it was even released that expect a surprise. Something big's coming out. It's our boys at WikiLeaks. They're exposing stuff. Is it outside of our control? We track everything. We know every move. Yeah, it's all about us. We're going to be writing a story about it in our puzzle that we're doing this year, and it's going to be fucking excellent. So I recommend you go read that shit because this was pretty juicy. But the one after that, woo! I mean, just every email that comes down is just going to be like, pow! Like, what the fuck? Seriously? So I hope you're ready. Oh, and I'm supposed to tell you, apparently, Search for Q is now having a second season. You can go watch it on the internet or whatever. But yeah, people are letting people watch it or whatever. But yeah, Search for Q's back on Voice TV. I'm in it, apparently. I don't know when, where, how, why, or what, but it's back out again, so you better go watch it. Anyways, thanks for being here. I love y'all. Oh, Lunchy, what's up? Come here. What, you want to actually come be on the show today? You want to come be on the show today? Oh, there's Lunchy. She's still here. She's still here. Yeah, they can't find me. I don't know why they can't find me, but this is because they don't want to believe it. Sucks, man. You know, I'm a good guy, right? Like, I could be a good husband. I should have just became a priest. Anyways, bye. Later. Have a good one. See you later. I love you, Lunchy. Alright, Lunchy, I gotta go to work. So you be a good girl, you gonna protect the house, or do I gotta take you outside so you can hang out with the boys? Hang out with the boys? Oh, that's my